Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I've got the Headwolf FPad 1 the company sent out. Now, I'm curious to see what this tablet is like, because it seems a little different from the other ones that I've tested out. In the box, you get the tablet itself. This is a tight package right here. There's the user guide, a USB wall outlet, along with a USB-C cable. This does not have fast charging. It's 5 volt, 2 amps, and nothing else underneath. In front of the tablet here, it seems like you got a speakerphone and the front camera all the way on the top right. And when you take this out, there is a screen protector that comes pre-installed. I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's there. On the side here, on the right side, I believe this is a reset button, volume keys, and then power button. On the back, I noticed that there is the camera that's protruding a little bit. I don't like it when it protrudes because when you put it flat down on a table, usually it's the first thing to get touched. And then there's a little flash on the bottom. This has kind of a nice smooth back, and I kind of like it. On the bottom, you've got a pretty long speaker grill here. Don't know where it emits from or if there's two separate ones. We'll see in a bit. And then on top, you've got the USB-C port, and then inside here, there's a micro SD card slot along with a SIM tray, which is interesting. I believe this SIM tray is not compatible for the States, or at least mine. It might be an international version for Europe and Japan. But I'll have to double check on that. They said that they might come out with a US version soon that does support a SIM, so we'll have to see. I might try my own in a bit too. There's also, finally, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack, and then nothing else on the left side here. Okay, this was kind of a fail. I was struggling for a couple of minutes to get this out because when I put it in, this actually didn't really take it inside. This uses, I'm not sure if my camera is able to focus on it or not, but basically, this only takes a regular size SIM, no nano SIM or micro SIM. So I don't know where to get the adapters from. I currently don't have adapters. I mean, I know where to get them from, but I just don't have them. So that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys what it's like right now. This is your typical HD screen, 1280 by 800. The colors can feel a little washed out compared to what we're seeing, but for a budget device, I think it's acceptable, especially for the HD screen. It's not laminated or anything, just FYI, and it does get bright, but not enough to use outside in sunlight. So there's also not much bloatware here. There is the phone app, which I guess I am curious to see and try out. Anyways, for storage, we're looking at a little less than, or just about 55 gigs of storage free, or 54.82 to be exact. So, but there is a micro SD card for expansion. It's running Android 11, so nothing to be impressed by. Don't know what happened there. It's a little weird. Wonder if it crashed already on me? It's not a good sign showing up. But I will say, yeah, that is so weird that it just goes away like that. Maybe that's normal? I don't know. Yeah, that is not normal then, because usually when I go from right to left, maybe I have to be in portrait mode, I can get to like all the latest news and everything. So I'm not sure why that's not working all of a sudden, but that's definitely not normal. I was going to say, besides all that, so far everything seems kind of smooth, just navigating around. Didn't really have any trouble or any problems. And these cameras are just terrible. I don't know exactly what to tell you. I mean, they are good enough for a Skype call, but that's pretty much it for the front-facing camera. The rear camera is just definitely one of the worser ones, not the worst one, but it's just really bad. More out of it. These are a little more comfortable. This one also has a headrest. The speaker's okay. Nothing to be excited about. I wish it did emit from the speakerphone up here, but it is what it is. Another positive feature is that you can actually have a mini player here on this. I haven't seen that in a while for these smaller Android tablets, like 8 inches or 7 inches, especially 7 inches, because you never see a full version. It's usually running Android Go. What I'm trying to say is that it's nice to see that you're able to use the split screen function and as well as the mini player here for various things, because these days you're not able to do it with these smaller devices. So yeah, I've got YouTube and the Messenger playing. Of course, with 3 gigabytes of RAM, you're going to be pretty limited. It's probably going to be kind of slow and whatnot. First game I'm checking out here is Diablo, and yes, it is pretty choppy. The frame rate is not smooth. Surprisingly, this is kind of, I want to say, playable. Granted, you won't get to enjoy the animations much or anything. This is set to the lowest graphics too, by the way. So take that how you will. Actually, I don't even know if I'd say this is playable. It just looks really bad, to be honest. All right, let me try moving around again. Yep, yeah, a little too slow for my taste. By the way, it does get a little warm to the touch at the end here, but it's not too bad. Next game here is Roblox. I actually played this a little bit before, and I tried this FPS shooter called Arsenal on here, and it seems to work pretty well. There was a bit more frame rate drop in the FPS game, but not to the point where it affected or hindered my gameplay performance too much. So yeah, this is surprisingly playable. I guess that's a good sign. Finally, I'm checking out old school RuneScape here. It's definitely playable, as expected on a really old game like this. Yeah, no problems whatsoever. Am I noticing some frame rate drops here? Just from walking around? Maybe it's there. So really there's nothing too impressive about this tablet. Well, let me just take a look at the battery life for a second. It seems like the battery life was pretty solid on this, I want to say. By the way, this does have a wideband level of L3. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I'll have to go back and check. So videos are capped at 480p on most streaming platforms. So anyways, going back to battery, I want to say I didn't really charge this too much. So whatever it was at, I just used it, and maybe I left it on overnight. So take this with a grain of salt, but the screen on time was 4 hours and 24 minutes, and I still have 27% left. So if I had this charged to full from 100% and then went down, this will last me the whole day easily with moderate use. So the battery life is probably the best thing about this. And, you know, basic tasks are just fine if that's what you're looking for and you're looking for the 8-inch form factor. I think this is an acceptable option. There's nothing really that stands out on this that's amazing or eye-popping. So just a mediocre tablet at best. You know, I'm going to be reviewing a few more tablets in the near future, so be sure to subscribe for that, and leave a like if you did find this video helpful. As always, thanks for watching.